Just see where we coming from. Like, see where we coming from. That's it. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, what's up? This your boy Big Man. You already know what it is, man. So, 600 Breezy has been in the news after everything that happened with King Von this weekend. Now, for some people who aren't familiar with Chicago hip hop or the Chicago hip hop drill scene, they wouldn't understand the correlation between 600 Breezy, anybody from 600, anybody but from 300, or how they're involved with King Von. Now, to put this simply, they're from Chicago and they're from one side of a gang war that took place. And most people are saying is pretty much, I mean, you can't say it's over. It's still going on. But it was really, really active back in when Chief Keef and them were blowing up or whatever back in 2012 and stuff like that. And there was a lot of casualties. And it was a big part of the reason why Chicago was being called Chiraq. Now, 600 Breezy is on the side with King Von and them, to put it simply. Now, 600 Breezy just dropped one of the best videos, I think, from this situation this weekend. He just dropped a video explaining the mentality of what goes down in Chicago and why they are how they are. Now, from the people on the outside looking in, it always amazed me how it just looked like random acts of violence. Even though that does occur, a lot of the situations that take place are coordinated events or based on situations that fly off the handle between two warring sides. And Chicago gets a lot of flack in the hip hop community because a lot of people from the West Coast and down south and even the East Coast, man, can't understand the mentality of the shoot first, even in simple altercations or simple situations. I mean, a lot of the situations that they find themselves in with rappers that they're beefing with or people that they're beefing with, people look at it from the outside after the news is dropped, after the situation is blown out of proportion, or not even blown out of proportion, after it's taken to the news or whatever, and look at it and say, man, they couldn't have just squabbed it out, fought like men, and then everybody go home safe. I mean, was that too hard to do? Like, why are they always going to the gunplay and stuff first? And it just never made sense. It still doesn't make sense. It's still senseless if you ask anybody who's grown and really pays attention to what's wrong with this situation. But 600 Breezy took to social media to try to tell his side of it and give you an explanation of the mentality of the folks involved in the situation. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop that video right here and then just come back after my commentary.
Just really go for all the people who watch our culture and be trying to call Chicago niggas bitches for all the shooting we doing and not. Y'all clearly seen folks was putting hands on that nigga, beating the fuck out of him, like beating his ass. Von a skinny nigga. He really put hands on him and you see what happened. So I just want everybody to look at this shit and understand Chicago's point of view from the culture. My first time ever getting shot at, it was from me breaking a nigga jaw. Niggas coming to my school every day trying to kill me over fist fights. My homie just got took out his glow over a fist fight. Just see where we coming from. Like, see where we coming from. That's it. That's all I'm saying. I have to say this, that this whole generation fucked up. Niggas can't take ass whoopings. Niggas get their ass beat. Niggas come blowing. If Nick Folks and them would have been blowing from the jump, if that was what it was, folks use hands. So that's all I'm saying. I don't never want to hear niggas, Chicago niggas bitches. They can't fight. All they want to do is shoot. Come on, you just think that the folks won barely 160 pounds. You put them bitches on the nigga and his man's blue. Come on camera at that. Threw his life away. We lost folks, he threw his life away. You feel me? When they could have just took that ass whooping and been embarrassed on the internet and it could have been going from there.
Now, I have to admit, man, with all the things that took place this weekend with this King Von shooting situation, rest in peace King Von, by the way, and rest in peace Louis and Slutty from King Von's camp, man. Yo, man, 600 Breezy is right. Like, I mean, we do judge, man, especially in hip hop and a lot of the online forums and stuff. People, a lot of the vloggers, they always say that, like, man, but Chicago dudes, y'all, y'all always shooting, man. Anyways, y'all soft. You know what I mean? And then you have a situation where King Von is kind of a little dude, man. He's not a big dude. I know in the music videos he looked like he kind of ripped up or what. Nah, he's a little dude, man. And he goes to Quando Rondo and them and allegedly starts putting the beats on dude. And he handling it with his hands. He's out of town too, and then next thing he knows, somebody shot him. You know what I mean? And that's crazy, man. That's crazy to think that you're in a situation where two grown men can't just handle it squab head up. It always has to go to the situation with the shooting and the weapons because the other side won't let you just fight them. It just won't end like that. And he was trying to explain that. And the way he broke down the mentality of how things go down in Chicago, it makes sense, man. It makes sense. It's sad, but it makes sense. It needs to go back to where, all right, if you have an argument, first talk it out, of course. But then if somebody puts hands on you, hey, you got to do what you got to do, man. And sometimes it comes to that. I mean, that's just being men. But it's a sad situation when the first thing you have to, because you know that you can't just get into a fight and then it be it. You got to go to the weapons. Now, I mean, it does sound like he's kind of making excuses, but I kind of felt him on this. Now, on the flip side, there are those situations where you need something extra to protect yourself. One of those being if somebody else is holding something, and then the other being that, cats have that tendency sometimes in the street to take things way too far, and you need that equalizer. But for that to be the first thing, I got to agree with him, man. I know, man, people might not value that opinion because, we keep up with this culture of who got who and what happened with that, especially when it comes to Chicago rap. It's like a dang scoreboard. They keeping track of who from what side is doing what to who, and it's pretty crazy, man. So that environment breeds the type of rap that they rap, and it breeds the type of environment where you see these situations happen often. Now, first thing I said was, man, wasn't Quando Rondo and King Von cool? Like they were cool. They were on video together numerous times, just talking about each other's ops and doing all sorts of videos and promotion together. If anything, with your bros or somebody you was cool with, they get the fade, man. I mean, that used to be old school rules, but man, maybe I'm showing my age on that one because today they ain't hearing that and they ain't listening. So everybody should probably, man, number one, cash should be inside anyway, man. This ain't the time for it. But if you got to do a show like King Von was doing a show and you handling business, man, why with all the reckless stuff, man? Quando Rondo, man, him and his camp, I think they might have took a black eye on this one. Hip hop is really frowning on what went down because it was so unnecessary, for real. Now with that, this been your boy Big Man. Please hit that like button. Well, maybe let me open this up. Do you guys agree with 600 Breezy's opinion? I mean, he did just recently put out a post where he said 4K trade K or 4K TK, and you know the implications in that. So is he being a little bit hypocritical, or is he right because he knows it's that type of situation? Now with that, this been your boy Big Man. Please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. And oh yeah, make sure you hit that notification bell so you get a notification every time I drop this hot content. And we out of here. Peace.